these are maybe the best thing that I get to do, and that's to declare partial victory, to launch a new partnership, and to celebrate things working the way they're supposed to work. And it's especially nice today because the company that we're executing a license agreement with is one of the finest companies that I know of, and I'll tell you a little bit about them in a moment. The inventors have one of the coolest technologies that the Oak Ridge National Lab has put out there and has one of the highest profiles. And so this is one of those success stories that we've been counting on for some time. I'm really happy to be able to announce it today. We have lab management here who has been so supportive of the process, and we have the tech transfer professionals and the folks from legal staff who have made it happen. So it's a chance to pause, recognize what I think is the beginning of a great story, and celebrate a little bit that things have gone well. I'd like to make some introductions. We have a number of visitors here from Agile Engineering. Keith Vinay, who is the president of Agile. Susan Vinay, who is the secretary with Agile. David Willis, is David here? David is one of the designers. JD is at Riedel.
Yes.
Welcome, is also here from Agile. Tom Van Berg, who has been really instrumental in the negotiation of this agreement. Randy Williams is here, I believe, who's also with Agile. Robert Brown, welcome. And you're with the Center for Business Transformation, is that correct?
Yes,
and have
sir.
you been coaching Agile along the way?
Yes, sir.
And that's, by the way, the ecosystem that we have here to help companies start new ventures is one of the things that we're celebrating. James Johnson is here. Yes, welcome, behind the camera. And Steve McSween, who is, I think, the legal counsel that helped with the process. Also like to recognize the inventors who are here. Andy Andrews is here, one of the inventors. We have two patents that are actually licensed. One is one that has executed or issued, and the other is one that's in process. This is for the first patent. Rob Smith is Rob here. Cy Thompson and Arpad Bass, who has been the face of Labrador for some time. Also, Mark Weiss couldn't be with us, but Mark and Arpad have the second patent, which is in prosecution. Also like to recognize Michelle Buchanan, who is our Associate Lab Director for Physical Sciences, and Jim Roberta, who is the Associate Lab Director for S&T Partnerships. And finally, Renee Speck, who has carried the ball for a little over a year on this process, and Edna Gergel, who has been responsible for the patent prosecution. So this is the team of folks that have made this happen. A little bit about some of the things that led up to this. I looked on the web. You've got to look on the web to see what you're talking about. And Agile, I discovered, was founded in 1998, and that's a date that's really near and dear to my heart because not 6 months later, Sean Gleason and I started a little company. And we were two electrical engineers who were trying to take a product to market. And we'd actually made some mechanical drawings of what this thing ought to look like, and it really looked an awful lot like a shoebox. So Keith teamed with us and manufactured for us, designed and manufactured the gantries for our little small animal imaging system. And I have to say, the day that Keith and his Green Explorer with a trailer with our gantry on the back of it showed up in front of the building was always a big day because that meant good things were going to happen. The other thing I can tell you is if there was ever a problem, Keith was there shoulder to shoulder with us. In addition to helping our little company get started, Concord Microsystems relied on Agile for the design of their gantry. Those are manufactured and shipped all over the world. CTI, I don't think sends a system out that doesn't have your fingerprints on it somewhere. I think there was a time when almost all of the detectors that were made for CTI came out of Agile Engineering. If you look on their webpage now, they have instrumentation that was attached to the side of a C5 Galaxy. They have a console for robotics that has worked with the Oak Ridge National Lab. They designed a dog collar for radio systems. And across the board, you can tell that there's quality built into every bit of it. And so I couldn't think of a better company to take what is one of our favorite technologies out to market. And we have every confidence that Agile manufactured Labrador devices are going to be out making a big splash in the very near future. On the research side, I don't think you could find a higher profile group of researchers. It seems like for a time there, every time I turned around, I saw Arpad on television, which was great, by the way, because at home with my kids, it gave me credibility that I didn't have otherwise. They have taken this prototype, and I think probably versions before it, and I say all over the country. Have you been all over the world, actually?
It has not been overseas.
Okay, so all over the country, looking for graves in the unlikeliest of places when all else failed. And this is a unique technology. It's I won't even try to describe it more than a set of sensors that provides a spectrum that can uniquely identify what's underneath it. The grave application is just the beginning. Who knows what you can search for with this? And when I listened to Keith describe some of the features that he would like to add going forward, it's really exciting. You guys are funded by the Department of Defense, or have been, is that correct?
FBI.
Okay, FBI. It's one of those nice stories too, where because we're a multi-resource or a multi-discipline lab with lots of sponsorship aside from the Department of Energy, this is one of those cases where one of our federal work for other sponsors came in and resulted in something significant. I also want to talk about what Renee has done to bring this thing across the finish line. We first began really marketing Labrador as a potential licensing opportunity at Spark last year. Renee worked really closely with putting together that presentation. I don't know if you were there, Keith, to see it, or if I just sent you PowerPoints in abundance afterwards. Renee's worked really closely with Keith and Tom throughout the negotiation process. And one thing that I was thinking about on the way over here, it's not always an instant handoff. The fact that we have an invention, the fact that we have data, wonderful scientists, still doesn't answer questions about, well, the patents issue. Will the IP cover where we want to work? Is the instrument something that's manufacturable? And that whole due diligence process is something that required significant support from the Agile team, from the inventors, and from Renee. Renee also used two tools, and I want to highlight them because I'm not sure everybody at the lab is aware that we have them. We have maturation dollars, and Renee deployed those so that RPAD and colleagues could work closely with Keith and company as they determined if this really was a fit and to answer technical questions that needed to be answered prior to doing the agreement. And then she subsequently put in place a technology assistance program, and that's funding that we have that comes from the royalty dollars that the lab brings in to help bridge that tech transfer gap after the license is done. We can hand him a patent and we can hand drawings, but it's the know-how that the researchers have that really enables the productization. And so these dollars are available so that we can have that exchange of ideas once the license is executed. So for me, this is a success story. It's the beginning of a success story, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what Keith and Agile are able to do going forward. That's enough for me. I'd also like to next introduce Jim Roberto.
First, it's a pleasure to be here. Congratulations to Agile Engineering for your success moving forward with this technology. Congratulations to the inventing team. What we're really talking about today is innovation. And innovation is more than invention. Invention is when you have an idea and you can conceive of how that might make a difference in a technology or in the marketplace. But innovation is actually when you take it to the marketplace and deploy it. Our job at Oak Ridge National Laboratory is not complete until we do the entire innovation cycle. And we cannot do the innovation cycle without teams like you coming forward and seeing the value of these technologies, doing the due diligence, and then going forward to actually deploy in the marketplace. This is very exciting for us because we love to license our technologies, and congratulations to the team that made this happen. It's even more exciting because we love to license our technologies to local small companies. And we've really enjoyed working with you. What I've heard from Mike and others is that this has really been something that has been a model relationship, and we really look forward to replicating that. We also like it because, as Mike said, this is really cool technology, and so it's a lot of fun to see the possibility. Now you have more than the invention; you have the possibility that this innovation is going to go out there and really make a difference, and we're very excited about that. At Oak Ridge National Laboratory, we have the privilege of being funded by the taxpayer to do a lot of R&D. And we don't believe our job is done until that R&D actually gets out into the marketplace and makes a difference. And so you are our partners in helping us make that happen. And thank you very much.
Let me add my thanks to you as a local company to license this technology, because it's really exciting.
I don't know how much you know about the history of this project, but this project goes back a long time. I'm going to say about 10 years, right, at least, based on a lot of work that the team has done that was really brought to bear by ARPA, who's our forensics expert, and then teaming with the analytical chemist in the chemistry division, and then bringing in the engineering part of this. So this was one of these things that they had to find out all they could know about the chemical composition of things they were looking at. So that was a long time coming to try to get all that stuff done. And then once they identified that, that enabled the invention and the innovation that we see here. So I think the two take-home messages is the fundamental science is supporting this technology, and as Jim says, it's from the very fundamentals, getting it out the door is one of our real pushes here at the laboratory. And secondly, it really takes a team of experts from across the laboratory, and that's what this laboratory is known for, is crossing those disciplines to come up with good ideas that come up with these great technologies. So thanks again, congratulations to the team, and also to Tech Transfer too. Thanks.
Now I'd like to introduce the man of the hour, Keith Benet.
After that build-up, I feel like anything I would say would be a letdown, but I do want to start by saying that just expressing on behalf of the whole staff of Agile Technologies what a privilege and honor it is to be granted the exclusive rights to this technology. We do take that seriously. We realize that this is technology that was developed at taxpayer funding, that there needs to be a return on that investment, and we consider it an honor to be the entity that helps provide that return, providing a return in the form of investment in the community and jobs that are created in the area, of providing a tool to law enforcement that impacts this area as well as national and international law enforcement. And the list goes on of the benefits this can provide. So we are very excited to play this key role, and we do appreciate the trust that you placed in our organization. We do intend to apply this technology in the near term to the forensics field, to location of human remains. We feel like long term there's other opportunities that are equally exciting that we hope to apply this to. Just to name a few, drug detection or detection of illegal drug processing facilities, explosives detection, such as the field of unexploded ordnances, and other similarly compelling opportunities that we want to get involved in. But in the near term, our desire is to take this to law enforcement. We recognize that our skill set is in product development, not in law enforcement. So this is a new area that we're going to have to expose ourselves to. And for that reason, we've tried to identify and recruit a panel of experts in the field to serve as an advisory panel on determining what that community needs, what brings value to them, what are the requirements for a successful device, and how do we most effectively and efficiently meet their needs. I would like to just say a special thank you to our pod boss and Tom Von Berg in working together to identify potential candidates for that advisory board, and recruiting them to serve in that capacity. Finally, I would just like to again express my compliments to the lab on this whole process. This is the first experience I've had with commercialization effort, and I will have to say that I was surprised at how easy it was. That sounds funny on something that took a year to complete, but I do want to commend the lab for being so friendly to small businesses, and I feel I don't know if this is a new situation or if this is the way it's always been, but it has been been a pleasure to work with everybody that's been involved with this. From Renee to Mike, you've all made it very easy to do business. So I feel like the easy part's done now, and now's the hard part of getting this to market. So I will end with just saying thanks to everybody that has contributed to this effort.
Thank you very much, and looking forward to taking this to the next step.
Very good.